We have some legal updates for you regarding Diddy that isn't in relation to his case, but that are definitely breaking news. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video, where basically in the whole Keefe D situation, Tupac Shakur's murder suspect Keefe D lied to the police about Sean Diddy Combs offering $1 million for the hit and will not help federal authorities with the case, his lawyer has now suddenly claimed. Keefe D will not speak with New York Southern District investigators who are engaged in an enormous US-wide probe of potentially illegal activities of Combs. Incredibly, Keefe previously publicly boasted in a police interview and media chats that P. Diddy offered him $1 million to exterminate Tupac and of its effort to collect the bounty. However, the self-confessed godfather of Compton has now assured family and friends that he will not discuss any Diddy matters with authorities. New York investigators have been collaborating with the Clark County District Attorney's Office in Nevada, where Keefe is in custody, over any evidence linking Combs to Tupac. Keefe directly and through his lawyers Carl Arnold has now suddenly changed the story and declared that he will not assist in that aspect of the investigation. Arnold confirmed to the US Sun that Keefe is not at all speaking with authorities, and Arnold added of his own client's past allegations that Combs tabled the life-changing sum for the murder of his 1990s record label rival. No one has ever been able to prove that he wanted Tupac killed and was willing to pay for it. When asked about Keefe's claim during a police interview that Combs, who partied with him, outlined a $1 million offer, Arnold said Keefe lied. Hip-hop mogul Combs has pled not guilty to federal charges of racketeering, trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Arnold asserted that Combs had no involvement in Tupac's murder. Arnold reacted, "He is going to prison for life. If he has that information, I am sure he would have given up by now to save his own skin." A family friend of Keefe has also outlined that he is not cooperating with any New York probe on Combs. Keefe ain't saying shit to any of the agents about Diddy. They have nothing to offer him, and he still maintains he ain't no snitch. So, of course, this was quite big news, later last year, that he would basically be boasting and telling everybody, Keefe, that Diddy asked me to kill Tupac. Diddy is related to XYZ. Diddy offered me $1 million. He offered me bounty. He offered me all this money. He was behind Tupac. He was the one who got... this is what Keefe was screaming for the hills. So now my question is, why has that suddenly been changed? Why are you now in a position where you are admitting that you lied? Is it perjury? Did you lie? Was it going to be perjury? Why has your story changed from what it was before? I really don't understand. I'm just very confused that Keefe D has done this. Maybe somebody is behind this. I do believe, Diddy's network is behind this. Just because Diddy isn't intimidating these witnesses doesn't mean that Diddy was the only one doing this. He clearly has henchmen, a network, management, people going around doing stuff for him to lessen XYZ. And I think that this was something that could have been done. But I also think that Keefe wanted to think about it, and he realized that he really isn't a snitch, so therefore he doesn't want people to think that he is, and so therefore probably he's just changed his story. Now the Sun are also reporting that Diddy is obviously trying to sell a lot of his stuff. He's trying to sell his plane, and he's trying to sell one of his homes in Miami. Now this was part of his bail admission to try and get that bail, rescind all the passports, his mother's as well, all of his children, give up XYZ, and of course that was not accepted, plus a 50 million package. That was a lot of money. It's a big bail. A lot of that was not accepted. So since then he's been trying to sell his Miami house and his private jet, and both of those have not been bought, and he definitely is struggling to sell his assets. He needs to do so because his wealth has dramatically lost and gone down, but also the lawyer fees are going up, and he also has children's to feed as well, 7 or 8 before to mortgages. So much is going on outside, so him trying to sell all of this stuff and it's not going well for him on the outside, it's just not good news for Diddy that he can't sell his plane or his house. Nobody wants to be attached to his name, even his assets and property that one could take over and replace. They don't want to be attached to it as of right now, especially when it comes to this trial. PR insiders were speaking in that article, and they were discussing that Diddy could rehabilitate his image pending the trial outcome and to see what takes place. And I could see that that is possible in the next 5 to 10 years. He could come out with some P. Diddy Combs love nonsense all over again, be pictured with his children and his parents all over again. And, you know, if he comes out and wins this trial, there is a possibility that he could rehabilitate to an extent, but I don't think that's going to take place. Do you guys think, my question in this video, that Diddy could rehabilitate himself if he wins this trial and comes out as if, you know, he didn't do X, Y, Z for the majority of things that he was accused of? Because I think that video from Cassie and that lawsuit from Cassie are still the most impactful things that are to this day. That video what he did to her, it's just so damaging. That in itself was his career ending. These insiders, PR insiders, also discuss how Cîroc are heavily still dealing with the PR car crash of everything because they are so intertwined with Diddy. And it's true, when you think of Cîroc, you think of Diddy. He plugged that shit everywhere in America, even the UK. He brought it stateside, everything, so that even when Diddy is going down, Cîroc are going down. And of course their alcohol sales are not in a great position right now, and they are trying to completely change the association. But I think it's just too late for you to do something like that. The damage has been done. I just don't think Cîroc can really survive in that realm unless you find many other people, influencers, content creators, to replace what Diddy did. But I just don't think that you can find somebody as impactful as Diddy or at the same height that he was for Cîroc. And so I think it's also good for us to not really look at Diddy and the court hearings 24/7, because we need to wait for updates. And the three-way judge panel, which I didn't realize, which I should have, that was meant to take place yesterday, of course has been extended because Diddy's team are looking at the bail prosecution and looking at the bail package, and trying to update it. But I think that we also shouldn't just be chasing the court hearings, which I think are extremely important and crucial. The lawsuits important and crucial, but let's also look at it and focus from the business venture aspect. I will be coming out with a video later on tonight. Be on the lookout for it, because we are going to be discussing Christina Coram in a deep dive perspective. There was one harrowing, disgusting lawsuit about her and what she was doing, and the confidence that she would have to sell people to other people, to me, is insane. What does she know? Who does she know? She hasn't been indicted criminally for anything, but she definitely is placed into these civil lawsuits. But we need to do a deep dive on this woman, Christina Coram, and that will be coming out later on this evening in an in-depth 10-minute, review to discuss who Diddy's #1 association assistant was. People are out here saying that Jennifer Lopez is doing voodoo. I don't know about any of that. People are talking about it on YouTube. People are talking about it in the comments on forums. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. I don't know if somebody from Puerto Rico would even do voodoo. Maybe I'm incorrect and wrong. I don't know. My knowledge of it is very low, to be honest with you. Although I do have a well understanding of black magic. Maybe the two are somewhat in the same realm. But I just feel like, would she be doing something like that? Probably. You don't know what any of these people could be doing in that industry to maintain the status quo, maintain their protection. There was even a YouTuber saying that Jay-Z was doing black magic to prolong the preventable downfall that is going to take place for him. So, maybe that is the case. Maybe these people are doing voodoo and stuff like this, but I just feel like you should tread lightly, because I feel like a lot of people are doing things that they don't know what they're doing. They're playing with things that they don't know. They don't have enough knowledge, but they are mesmerized by the potential outcomes of what things could go on for them, and therefore they want to do it, but they don't know what they're doing. A lot of this stuff is very complicated, and unless you don't know the ins and outs of it properly, don't be walking into tunnels that don't have no light. Let me know your thoughts are. Do subscribe. I would really appreciate it, guys. It's just one click. I get these videos out to you guys every single day, and I don't waste your time. So many topics in one video. Click that button, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.